Alex is a photographer whose exhibition is on at the Newcastle Art Space at the moment, and it is a very interesting exhibition in that I assume Alex had to undergo some discomfort to take these photographs. Hello.
Hi, Carol. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Are you well?
Oh, I'm a little bit hoarse. Just talked myself hoarse at the exhibition opening last week and been on such a buzz since. But other than that, I'm fine and dandy.
You sound pretty happy.
Oh, I certainly am.
Now, I said some discomfort because I could not have subjected myself to what you did to get these photographs.
Oh, well, it's in my blood, Carol. I've sort of grown up in a family of seafarers and boat builders, and the vessel that I worked on was actually built by my father and grandfather, and I grew up with that as a play toy. I actually, some of my year one classmates still remember going on an excursion to see the boat being built. So,
wow.
Despite the fact that I've had, the sort of stingray barbs that killed Steve Irwin come in within feet of my head and touched deadly bluring octopi and such creatures, it's been an amazing experience. And,
okay, so Alex, if you grow up in a seafaring family, you don't get seasick?
Oh, no, you do get seasick, and I've had the misfortune to suffer that. One of my first bad experiences was after I'd done a week of work experience in Year 10 while I was at Merriweather High School with the Newcastle Port Corporation. And, after that week and spending a day on the tug and a day on the pilot vessel and such, I thought, I've got my sea legs, I'll go out with, Uncle Jock and I'll be fine. And 6 hours of vomiting later, I vowed to take travel calms until I'd got my sea legs under me. So
yeah, I'm not sure what's worse though, seasickness or them.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not sure what's worse, the seasickness or the Travacalm.
Oh, no, the travel calms are fine. For, a 50-cent insurance policy, it's well worth it. And for the first 3 months when I was working every night on the sea, I continued to take them even when I didn't feel seasick, because I thought for the 6 hours of vomiting, it's worth my, 50 cents to not go through that.
Oh, gee.
Now, I can be out there in any conditions. It can be, 4 or 5 metre swell, which we have been out in on the trawler, and having waves break over the front of the boat, and having the toaster come flying across the wheelhouse at me and think, oh, well, I hope we catch something, Captain.
Never mind. As long as there's something in the net. Now, your exhibition is on at Newcastle Art Space at the moment.
That's correct.
And this is photographs that you have taken from on board a fishing trawler. Yes,
the vessel, the Mildred Joyce Sutherland, which was named after my grandmother and built by my father, uncle and grandfather. It's mainly a collection of sunrises and sunsets that I've had the fortune to see. It's one of the amazing things that I've got to experience on the trawler. And there's also a bit of a look into life on a fishing trawler. There's also 24 photos of anything, things ranging from some of the deadly creatures we have come up and sharks behind our boat to, the captain out hanging off the trawl arms, getting off a big bunch of seaweed.
I was having a look at some of the photographs earlier, Alex, and one of the things that struck me about it is that this is an environment that you are very familiar with and has been part of your life forever. And so in some ways it is the mundane for you. And it is the mundane that we most often, I think, don't think to stop and look at, let alone photograph.
That's right, but the wonderful thing about fishing and working as a fisherman, even though you never have a lot of money in your pocket and you don't know day to day whether or not you're working, what you're going to catch and how much you're going to earn, every day is different. You never know what's going to come up in the nets, and you never know what wonderful sights you're going to see out there. So despite the fact that my father's now retired from his TAFE job as a boat and shipbuilding teacher to be the main deckhand, I think I'll find it hard to keep myself away.
Okay. Alex Sutherland joins me here at 12:33 ABC Newcastle. The photos are really interesting, Alex, because they're not just beautiful, they're a really interesting look at, a daily lifestyle that the rest of us who might like a bit of fish or some prawns take for granted.
Thank you very much for that, Carol. I like sharing the life that I get to experience, because I've found over the years that I've been on the trawler, when I mention things to people which, as you just said, seem mundane and normal to me, they, I have people's jaws hit the floor or stand back and going, "You're kidding," And,
yeah, you do what?
No, things like a stingray the size of a table isn't that uncommon. Thankfully, possibly only half a dozen a year we get in our nets, but, I've had to avoid, a 6-foot whip-like tail with a 8-inch, deadly barb flying around, and try and get the creature back over safely into the water without harm to it and harm to ourselves, which...
So you still fish, obviously?
Yes. In the last few months I've taken a bit of a break because my wife and I have been very busy over the summer holidays with our business entertaining children. I'm actually a pirate, and working on the boat I feel like a legitimate pirate because when any of the children have said to me that you're not a real pirate, I say, no, well, Pirate Pete actually works on a big black boat, and, I did cut up a shark just last night.
You're a pirate?
Yes, I certainly am. It's been in my blood since I was a child, and friends of my parents have said to me recently, well, that makes sense because every time we saw you as a kid you were wearing a different costume and you're around a boat. So, but thanks to the encouragement of my beautiful wife Naomi and her acting skills, I've joined her to entertain children around the mid-north coast as Flooded by the Fairy and Pirate Pete, and yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, and we had a hugely busy summer, and due to some delays with the pay, I had to get the exhibition together in the day and a half before the gallery opened, so I had to have 58 prints done, get 58 frames, cut 34 mounts, and without the help of my wife Naomi and my wonderful mother Anne, I just couldn't have achieved it. I had to go for 32 hours straight myself, but the pair of them, worked into the early hours to help me get it up by midday Thursday, and it was just a phenomenal effort.
Okay. Do you eat fish, Alex?
I do, but ironically, when you're around seafood so much, you kind of get over it a bit. Like I love prawns, and I love lobster, and I love flathead and leather jacket are some of my favourite fish, but unfortunately we're not allowed to keep flathead working on a prawn trawler because any flathead we do get in our nets we've got to put back over dead or alive. So, but I love seafood, but when you're around it so much, you sort of...
Enough.
You go to give your friends, a kilo of prawns, and they're like, no, keep some for yourself. And you're like, look, I saw a ton of these, in the last week. I'm sick of them.
Okay, well, next time you get sick of them, you drop them off here with your good friends at 12:33.
When we're down working out of Newcastle this year, I'll pop in with a bag of fresh kingies for
you. It's funny, actually, because we have a little book here that if anybody brings you in a gift of that sort, we have to declare it in, because the ABC is very above board about all of those sorts of things. But no. The funniest thing of all is the book is actually called The Mullet Book because it started decades ago when someone brought in a feed of mullet.
My apologies, but you won't be getting any mullet. It would be whiting or prawns. So. But,
all right. Well,
I worked for ABC before, and ABC television that was, and I understand.
We'll make sure that all 30 staff members write their prawn in the mullet book.
Exactly. You can individually catalogue them.
Yeah, we will. Lovely to chat with you, Alex, and congratulations on the exhibition.
It will be on this Thursday to Sunday from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Newcastle Art Space Gallery, which is located at the Newcastle Community Arts Centre on Parry Street.
Just up the road from us.
Yes.
Okay.
So please come along and have a look.
Thursday to Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex.
Have a lovely afternoon.
You too. Thank you very much. Alex Sutherland, who sounds like he's living the dream, as Aaron Carney would say, doesn't he? Photographer and trawler fisherman. And his exhibition just up the road here at the Newcastle Art Space, as he said, Thursday to Sunday of this week.